Hi guys, today we'll be tackling a very simple but tricky issue when it comes to users being able to select just one option. Let's say you want users to select just one gender option on this screen, but when I click on more than one or change my mind to select another option, the three of them end up being selected, as you can see, but this is not really what we want. We want to be able to select just one out of these three gender options, which is what we want to do on this screen. So for this second screen, users can be able to select just one option at a time. As you can see, even if they decide to change their mind, the highlight is on just one option at a time. So I'll be showing you how you can achieve this single option selection and also how to set it up for multiple option selection. So I'll be using various genders to demonstrate the single option selection and also the multiple option selection, but our main focus is on the single option selection. I created this using an auto layout, and as you can see, the spacing between the three chips is 12 px. I'm going to select this and duplicate it 3 times because we have 3 options. So let's say you had like 4 options or 5. You're going to duplicate this container 5 times according to the number of chips or options. These are called chips in design. I'm going to duplicate it 3 times. But in situations where a design screen is represented in such a way that before the user even gets to make any interaction with the screen, right, there's already like a highlighted chip or button. The three of them are not highlighted, and then on this particular screen, one of them was already highlighted prior. So it depends on the design demands for that particular screen. We do not want this already highlighted before a user chooses. We want the three of them to be inactive. And because of that, we're going to add one more duplicate to the three that we already have here. This one is going to be the inactive state of these whole 4 containers. The next thing I'm going to do is to just select all of them and then head over to the component section and select create component set in order to create variants. So as you can see, we have 4 variants. So for this first container housing these 3 genders, we're going to make the male gender highlighted. So I'm just going to select it and then change the fill color to active state. So this is the color I'm using for that. I'll come to this second one. After the male is the female, so I'm going to select this one. The male and the both will be inactive for this second frame, and then I'll highlight this one and then come here and change it to active state. Then for this third frame, I'm going to activate just the third one, which is both, and then leave the remaining 2 as inactive. Then for this fourth one, all of them will be inactive because this is the particular one that we'll be using for the screen as our starting point. I'm then going to head over to my prototype section, right? For this first frame, as you can see, the male gender is the one in its active state, the only one here. I'm going to select all the inactive male chip or container and then link it to the male selected state or the active state. I'm going to hold my shift and then select this one, select this one, select this one, and then drag the 3 of them to this. So for my prototype interaction, I just want to keep it really simple, so I'm just going to leave it at instant. The next one we're doing is for this one, right? So I'm going to select all the inactive female by holding down my shift key on my keyboard and select the second one again, select this inactive one, and then link the three of them to this particular screen that has the female gender in its active state, right? Then I'll also keep it at instant. Then the next one is this boat. So we want to select all the boats that are inactive and link them to the frame that has the boat in its active state. So I'm also going to set it to instant. I'm just going to switch back to my design section. I'm going to copy our base frame that has the three genders inactive. I'm going to select this one and then right click on my trackpad and click on paste to replace the existing element with our inactive variant. So this is it. Then I'll just preview it so that you can see what we've done. This is in its inactive state for the three of them. Once I select one of the genders and then I want to select another one, you see that active state leaves this one and comes to this one. If I decide to select the third one, it will leave this one and come to this one. So this is how to just easily achieve that. I'll head back to my design canvas so that we can work on the multiple selection. For our multiple option selection, I'll be using just one chip or gender out of the three design chips to demonstrate it. We're going to have this in its inactive state and also in its active state. So I'm just going to make a duplicate of this. This is the inactive state for this one, and then I'm going to select this and then just change the color of this. This is going to be the active state, and then highlight it and give the text color a higher contrast color against the blue background. So the next thing I'm going to do is to highlight the both of them and then head over to our component section and select create component set. Then I will come to the prototype section and then I'll select this one and link it to this one. So I'm just going to leave it at instant. Then I'm also going to select this one and link it back. Then I'll also leave the animation at instant. I'll just copy this, bring it out. This is for male. Then I'm just going to make a duplicate, female. Then I'm also going to make another duplicate and write it both. We have our three genders now. So all I need to do now is to just highlight the three of them and then add auto layout using Shift A on my keyboard and then set the spacing to 12. Then I'll just bring in our screen for this particular selection, which is the multiple option selection, right? Then I'll select this, copy it, then come to this screen and then replace the previous frame with this frame. We'll preview this so that we can see the effect of what we've done. So if I select this and I select this, you see that three of them are being selected. But for the single option selection, which I did in the beginning, you can be able to easily select just one and not more than one. So this is for single option selection. This is for multiple option selection. We've come to the end of this video and I hope that you really learned something today. If you have questions or concerns at all, please do let me know in the comment section.